do it wrong. All right, good. Stream is muted. On the laptop, that is. Hope y'all are doing all right. All righty. Let's see here. Am I set up yet? Kind of set up, kind of not. So let me get this thing charging. That way, I don't worry about everything dying off here. Alrighty. Still getting a little set up here. Now we're charging. Well, it's that time of year. We've had these onions here drying for quite some time. I want to say probably since June, somewhere in that time frame. So they're definitely dry enough now for us to put into storage for the winter. Pretty much all you have to do is peel off the outer layers that are wet before you start to dry them. Put them in a spot that's not in the sun, basically, out of the rain, not getting any weather, and they dry out like this, and then you can just use them later on without having to refrigerate them, is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. But anyway, so long and short, since it's all nice and dried up, I'm just going to take some scissors, cut it off, and set it off to the side right over here. Can y'all see that there? So, as a result of this drying process, some of the onions unfortunately didn't make it. Like this one right here, but if you can see it's nice and squishy. Yeah, it's nice and rotten, which means it's not any good. Not any good at all, that's for sure. So, this one right here is just going to be disposed of. Right into our little fodder tape right over here. Let's continue on like this. Again, these are nice and dried out. This one's nice and hard, nice and firm, ready to go, ready to store for the winter. Sometimes I'll take and peel off a little bit of that stuff, it just depends. For today's sake, I'm just throwing this off on the floor, and I'll come back and pick it up later on. I'm not really too concerned about it right at the moment. And again, another one right here, just kind of peel a little bit of that skin off, just for the fun of it, to make it a little bit more pretty looking, if you know what I mean. Let's see here. So here's another one that did not make it through the drying process right here. I'll show you, it's nice and squishy. I don't want to squeeze it too hard because it's going to make a big old nasty mess, that's for sure. Great big nasty mess, we don't want that. So this one's no good at all. And again, if y'all just joining us, basically what I'm doing here is we've had these onions out here drying for, I want to say ever since around June. We've had them in a nice spot to where it's been out of the sun, out of the weather. We're just taking care of the ones that are good, getting the old dried fodder off of here, and just putting the onions off to the side, just like so. And I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but we use these boxes right here to dry out the onions. We're gonna get the garlic here in a little bit as well. I'm actually going to put these back on this rack after we're finished. These will go down into our basement for the winter. That way they are good to go for the year. Now, as far as us growing these onions, we typically like to use the paper pot system, which is the paper chains. And they come in 2-inch spacing. So we'll plant these in the flats in our basement, and then we will start them off in our basement in those flats. Nice thing about it is it makes the transplanting really quick and easy. And they're already established, so you don't have to worry about trying to germinate those little seeds out in the sun. Because they are a very small seed, this allows us to be able to make sure we can keep those seeds nice and moist for germination. But so far, Things are looking pretty good. I'm gonna be creating quite the mess here today. I'll come back through and clean that up later on. It's kind of more of the same here. Taking these onions. Now this one right here has a little bit of smush to it. Don't know if you can see that or not. A little bit smushy. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to save it. You could possibly try to peel it back and peel the bad layers off if you really had to have your onions for the winter. But I'm not in that particular situation right now. I mean, I could put the onion fodder inside of this tote, but the bad news is it's not actually it's gonna fill up so fast I won't have room for the onions. And I'm really worried about getting the nasty onions inside of that tote. Here's another one that did not make it. Squishy. Again, don't want to squish it too awful much. We'll discard that into the fodder tote there. I can speed up a little bit here. I can show you more of this box. Speed up a little bit more here. And I'm just using a pair of scissors to go through here and whack them off. Depending on how much of this we have left over, we may actually take it to the farmer's market. Not totally sure at the moment. We'll see how things go with that. We have another one that's nice and smushy there. Not any good. Whoops. Let me see here what's happening. Let me try and change this setting here on the laptop here real quick. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Now I can actually see what's happening. All right. There again, these onions have been drying since about June. Just going through here cleaning off what I can here very quickly. We're going to be storing these down in our basement for the winter. There's one that did not make it through the drying process. Yep, pretty nasty. So I'm just putting the onions off to the side. I'm going to put these onions back onto this rack after I'm finished. But I do want to show you all the rack here real quick. Almost to that point. Here's another one that's nice and squishy. That is no good. An example of a good one here. Nice and firm. The reason I'm taking this stuff off, you don't really have to take this off if you didn't want to. We're just doing it so it's a little bit more of a clean situation. It just kind of makes a mess as you handle these things. As you see, I just ran my hand across it and it started coming off. So it just makes it a little bit cleaner. Doesn't take up quite as much space. The variety of onions here that we have, they're called Talon. This one right here is a little bit suspect. I want to keep it though, just for the way that it looks. Let me see if I can get any closer there. Looks a little bit on the odd side. Typically don't see them like this being exposed, but I'm going to hold on to it. Hopefully it'll make it through the winter. We'll see. That is if we don't eat it beforehand. We're getting close to being able to show you the box here. We did actually have these boxes for sale at one point in time. We may be able to try and do that again sometime in the future. We'll see. We really liked them. We use them for displays at the farmer's market. And also we use them here for drying. This suits our needs pretty well. We can actually stack these about 8 high with sweet potatoes. They do a good job of drying. That's another reason I'm having to go through this now. We've got to get these boxes available for sweet potatoes, turmeric, and also ginger, because those will be dried out next. They're out in the garden right now. We'll need to get those out of the garden by the time we get our freeze. Sweet potatoes can handle a bit of a frost, but they can't really handle a freeze. But anyway, so here's the box right here. I'm just going to wipe it off real quick and show y'all. Get a little bit of wipe down. So here they are. They have the slats in them like that so they can dry out pretty well. Again, we use these for at the farmer's market to put produce on. Again, we don't have this for sale right now, but I could probably get back into it if y'all had any interest in that for sure. But they actually have little grooves where they sit in. They stack very well. They also have screw holes in them. It's where the screws go in. It's all wood glue and screws, so they're pretty sturdy. They have been burned, and they have polyethylene on them. That way they can withstand some weather. We've had these, not this particular box, but these boxes in the back of our pickup truck getting rain on them, going back and forth to the farmer's market. It's worked out pretty good. So we really like these, and they're low profile as well, as you can see. They're kind of on the low profile side. That way you're not taking up a lot of space when you're stacking them. I know that there's some really cheap wooden boxes out there for sale that people use that are stapled, and I'm not even sure if they're wood glued. They're kind of more on the square side. These are just nice to be able to have that product, as you can see right here, laid out in a fashion to where it can dry really well. Again, we do really like them. They're not for sale at the moment, but again, if y'all have some interest, you can put it in the comments, anything like that. Would be wonderful if y'all were interested. But yeah, so that's just a little thing here. We do have the ones that are solid bottom as well, all solid. We'll definitely be getting into one of those here at some point in time. But so long and short, what I'm going to try and do now is get these onions up onto this rack that we just cleaned up, so I can get them out of the way, and we'll just continue on with what we're doing here. Let's throw some more of these on here. Now, without the fodder on them, it does get a little bit tricky to put these on here. You have some that are ultra small, like this one right here. I have to take a guess. I can't remember what the dimensions of this are. I've got a tape measure I could show you if needed, if anyone was that interested in it. But yeah, so this one right here, whatever size it is, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's just big enough to where it will not fall through the cracks, which is good for me. So I'm just going to throw them on here real quick. That was the smallest one, so they're going to hang on just fine in there. So, the big deal here is, of course, why are we doing this? So that we can have these for the rest of the winter. We don't have to actually have them refrigerated in storage. It's to stay in a cool, dry place without any sunlight, and they can last us all winter. Good, all right. So let's go to the next rack of them right here. So there they are, right inside of there, ready to go to the basement. But I'm going to go ahead and get some more of these chopped up and taken care of. Chopped up meaning cutting this part off of it. Now that those are all nice and dried over there, we can stack them up as high as we want to go. It's not going to matter. It's not going to hurt them. They're already as dry as they're going to get, so they're fine. But it is interesting. When you cut into these onions, they're actually quite moist on the inside, even though they're dried. It's pretty cool. It's just like buying dried onions at the grocery store. These are actually called Talon onions. And these are good for storage, like we're doing here with this dry storage. There again, just kind of taking a little bit of that outer shell off when I'm at it. Again, just trying to clean them up a little bit before they go in the basement and go into storage. Here's another one of the bad ones. Nice and squishy, meaning no bueno, no good. So, the bad ones just go off to the side. It has been kind of nice drying these out in here, as opposed to like in our residence per se. Because when they do start to rot, you know, you get a little bit of gnats on them and stuff like that. But the good news about this particular building out here where we do a lot of our work, we haven't noticed hardly any gnats out here at all. We have spray foam all through here. I don't know if you can see the walls or not. Let me show you real quick. I'll lean it back a little bit. The whole building's spray foam, so every last little nook and cranny in here is just totally sealed up. Around the garage door, of course, there's cracks and crevices through there. But for the most part, things really can't get in here, which is really nice. So we didn't notice much of an issue. Now, as far as like the house having multiple doors on it, windows and all that, you know, you get your screen windows with a little grid on it, well, gnats can fly right through that. It's not a no-seeing type of thing on our windows anyway, on our screen windows. So what I'm trying to get at is been a nice environment to dry these out. That way there's not a lot of pests inside the house. Typically we would have done this inside of our house. When we didn't have the shop, we would do it inside the house. So it's been pretty nice, like that one right there. It'd be kind of nasty. Kind of nasty in your basement. I know a lot of people will do this with a rack system. They'll take chicken wire, they'll build a frame, actually put their onions down in that frame and dry it. Of course, in an area that's covered and not getting rain, and also an area, spot that's shady. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, but this is the way we like to do it. Multi-purpose, it works for onions, sweet potatoes, turmeric. I believe the turmeric, we'll have to put that onto a flat bottom tray, or flat bottom box rather. That's a pretty decent sized onion right there. Not too awful bad. But yeah, after we get through all of these onions, we're gonna move on to garlic. And I'll show you this box here. We're getting close to being there. Now, this one's a little bit in between. It's a little bit suspect. See, it's a little bit squishy there. It's solid on the inside, but it's squishy on the outside. I'm a little bit afraid to hold on to that. Just as I was saying, if it's gonna continue to rot more while it's inside, that's gonna attract insects into our house, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna put it right over there. We could technically store all this stuff out here, but where I'm storing these, or these things are drying, we're gonna have the wood stove going at some point in time. And I'll show you all that here in just a few minutes when we get through these two boxes. I'll show you where they're drying right now. But it's gonna be just a few minutes on that. Again, just cutting the tops off, getting rid of the fodder, throwing it down the floor. Can handle that later. That one feels pretty good there. Chop, chop, chop. And in today's stream, I do have chat it to where I can actually see what's happening down here on the laptop. You know, sometimes I stream, I can't really see what's happening. But today we can. And yay, you're getting 2 streams today. 2 for 1, that never happens. I wanted to get some content out there for y'all, so this is it. Also trying to get kind of used to just having the camera in my face. We shall see how that goes. Earlier today we did a chicken live stream up at the chickens. We may do that Mondays from 9 until noon, that's a possibility. Very well may be doing that in the future. I also had surgery on Monday of last week. So my leg's not really feeling that great, so that's why I'm sitting down in a chair right now. Another squishy one. Yeah, I don't want to squish that one too hard. I'm gonna make a big old mess. I don't know. I spent some time yesterday playing with DaVinci Resolve a little bit. That's the video editing software that I use here on farm. Trying to take advantage of some of those new AI features of the program. Seems like some things will be beneficial. I did really like the one thing about the AI on it, where it actually adjusted the, it did all of the audio adjustments for me between me speaking, the music I put into it. I got the levels correct to where it sounded just about perfect. The only issue was that when I was a certain way, I don't know what the issue was. Some of the audio files of me speaking, it would not adjust them. I don't know why. I recorded a couple of silly shorts just for the fun of it, just to put them into that DaVinci Resolve to try it. And it did a phenomenal job of adding, editing the music volume, my speech volume and everything, and putting into its own little bus channel and everything. It was really cool. So it worked great for that, but I don't know why it was spazzing out and not wanting to do other things. I don't know if you've used AI before, but it has a tendency to hallucinate. So maybe that's what it was doing, having some sort of hallucinations. But there again, I'm not sure if what DaVinci Resolve actually has, as far as AI goes, I'm not really sure if it's really AI or just a computer program that does it. I'm not totally sure. It does not seem to be, doesn't seem to be full-blown legit artificial intelligence to me, personally. Alrighty. Getting close to having this rack finished up here. Look at that one, there's like nothing to it. It's almost like air. Paper, not air. Paper. Yeah, these are looking pretty nice. Alright, got another one on the box here. Alright, so we have a free box available now. Look at that. Not free, but available anyway. Hold on, let me try something here. I'll try and put some hashtags on the title, see if that'll do anything. Where are my hashtags let's use? Yeah, bear with me, I'm just going to pop back onto YouTube Studio here and make a couple changes here. I forgot to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Content live, edit. So, I don't have a live streams playlist yet. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. Kid, no altered content. So, what do y'all think this is anyway? You think this is entertainment? It's not autos and vehicle how-to and style. People and blogs. I don't know what this is. We'll just call it people and blogs. I don't know what to call it. People and blogs. And let's do that hashtag. Where is it? Hashtag. Hashtag. Let's see if we look at hashtag. We'll try it. Hashtag. Grow your own food. Why not? Well, let's see if that works. Helps that any. And then today we're sorting through onions and garlic that we raised and dried here on farm. There's a description. All right. Good deal. Now it has a description. All right, okay. Now back to it. Ooh, that's unfortunate. It's a big one and it's squishy. Gross. Another squishy one. That one didn't smell too good. Yeah. There's a nice one. Nice one right there. Yeah, last one was really stinky. That was a stinky one. It happens from time to time. It does happen. So these are the onions that we dried out here on farm. Raised them on farm as well. We're just trying to clean these up a little bit so we can put them in storage for the winter. That one was squishy. See if I can really hunker down and get to it. Doesn't take that long. Doing it off camera, sorry. Just like so. Chop it off. Again, these drying boxes work very well. Little boxes are used for drying. They can be used for display boxes. Whatever you think or whatever you can use them for. I don't know. Let's see if this one's any good. This little experiment. Yep, not too good. Slimy, rotting. It's just gonna go somewhere else, not here anymore. Again, just trying to clean things up. There's not so much of a mess later on when we take these things down to our basement to store them for the winter. There's another squishy one right there. No good when they're like that, that's for sure. There's an example of a hard one that actually dried well. No dimples. So we're almost to the end of this. So I'll take you over there and show you where everything's stacked up in our area that does not receive any sunlight. And you'll see what I'm talking about the wood stove. We're not too far from having to fire up the wood stove in here, being as it's what, October 15th. Generally we start burning wood here in our wood stoves around the beginning of November, sometimes the middle of November. And we will have some firewood content again this year. Even more of those types of things going on. And I hope y'all have enjoyed the silly shorts on our YouTube channel. We did about 4 or 5 of them before I went into surgery for my leg. Varicose vein surgery. Had those posted up there. Looks like some folks have been enjoying it. Just my wife and I are out there goofing around. If you go to our YouTube channel and you look up the shorts portion of the channel, it says silly shorts. And those are the videos that we did real quick to give y'all some entertainment. It's kind of funny, those videos have a little bit of truth to them. I mean, just a little bit, maybe 10% truth. Just because it's kind of things that we have discussed in the past and heard other people talking about, and different things that have occurred on the farm over the past 7 or 8 years. It's kind of all culminated into one little thing. We're trying to be a little bit funny there. There's a little bit of seriousness to it, but not a whole lot. So if you haven't seen those silly shorts that we put out there, take a peek and see if you like them. Looks like they've been doing okay as far as the people watching them and engaging with them. So, all right, we're getting closer to moving over there, showing y'all what's up. I'm probably just going to use the tripod as a way to carry y'all over there. Right now, I'm just going to stack these back here, just to get them out of the way from home. Bring these up here. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. The fodder is getting a little bit annoying, but maybe y'all can see how much it actually helps. to create some more space here. A little more of a clean environment in total. All right, let's get these onto the rack. Oop, that one went away that way from me. Let me go pick it up. Oh! Yeah, we are here in live today. Second live stream of the day. The other live stream was about the chickens up at the coop. We wanted to do a live stream like that since 2017. So finally did it today. I was just sitting back and thinking, like, we've never done that. We've wanted to do it for forever. Why haven't we done it? Just because we never actually went to go do it. Those can hang out right there. All right, now, let me get y'all in a little bit different position here. I'm going to use the tripod as a way to show you all what's happening. Actually, let's make it easier on me. I'm just going to go ahead and flip the camera. There we go. Now that's the backside of what we're looking at there. And this tripod should stabilize the image pretty good through here. So here they are. These are all of the racks that we have. So far, I pulled from that rack right there. Well, 3 of them anyway. A little bit of a quality control issue with that box right there, don't worry. That would not be sent out for sale if we were to sell these. But anyway, see right here next to the wood stove, this area right here, the sun comes up on that side and goes down on the other side of the building, so there's nowhere for sunlight to hit it. Don't mind that stuff right there. We need to get that out of here at some point in time. But so we have a little bit of onions up there on top. And looks like all the rest down here is garlic. So as you can see, it does pretty good with the rack system. There is the wood stove. Now we're drying out the sweet potatoes, the turmeric, and the garlic. We don't want them that close to the wood stove. About over there with the vacuum cleaner is probably going to be okay. Something like that, that will work out. And the turmeric, if you want to know what that looks like, just briefly, we plan on doing another video about this here soon. There's the turmeric itself. We did harvest a little bit to take to the farmer's market a couple weekends ago. But there it is right there. This is the yellow turmeric. And I think I have some of the blue turmeric right here behind me. Well, let me just show you. It's easier for me to just bring the camera over here and show you. This is our drying rack for salad. Got turmeric right there. And this right here is the blue turmeric. And the blue turmeric is supposed to have a lot more health benefits to it as opposed to the yellow turmeric. But I'm sure the yellow turmeric has quite a bit of health benefits to it as well. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and head right on back over to what we were doing over here. And I will have to go grab another one of those boxes. All right, get y'all flipped back around here real quick. There we go. Check the shot. Pretty decent. All right, I'm gonna run and grab a box. I'll be right back. Get these onions finished up. Well, I suppose what I mean by one more box of them, I mean 3. 3 more boxes of them. Looks like y'all are a little bit too low. Still a little too late. Here we go, it's a little better. A little bit better. Sure to show this on camera. Keep on just trying to hold it down out of the camera. That's pretty much how we do it. Usually I'll turn on some music, be out here blasting, having a good old time, wilding out. Maybe something we do for right now. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna turn on some music here just for a little bit. As I work on these onions. If y'all have any comments or anything, put them in the chat. I can pause the music. If you have any questions about what's going on here, what's happening, feel free to. I'm gonna play some drum and bass. Hopefully it's not gonna be too awfully loud. It's going to be the Going Quantum podcast. I have not previewed the music, so I don't know what's going to be there. He's the guy that kind of mixes music together. It's kind of like a live mixing situation. Been listening to him for about 13 years now, I think. So nothing new to me, but it might be something new to you. We'll see how that goes. But there again, I keep my eye on chat here on the laptop. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to say something. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit. Still haven't found my groove yet. Lost one, we'll find it eventually. Squishy, no good. Nothing left of that one.
got built last.
No good on this one either. If you got any questions, put in chat. I'm watching. Squishy. Alright. We had somebody pop in the building over here. But Anna says for some reason that I make a big mess. I don't know where she gets that from. No idea. I mean, she must be out of her mind. I don't make a mess at all. Not a mess. Definitely not a mess. I want to get the four-wheeler with the trailer in here. Clean up this stuff.
He's not showing you the mess that I made over there with the same thing.
Yeah, I did. I just didn't point it out.
Oh.
I didn't point it out. But show them that salad.
I just put it in the fridge.
She's been out harvesting salad. I was down and out with my leg messed up from the surgery. Actually, it's hurting right now. Ouch. So we had to harvest a little bit of salad just for the restaurant. So this is how that looks. This is one of our main products here on farm. You all may know that if you're subscribed. And if you don't know, well, now you know.
So it took me basically an hour to cut that.
Hour to cut. But yeah, more of this, more of the fun here. I don't know what I'm saying. These tomatoes looking okay over there?
Well, they're not getting light.
A little squishy one.
Yeah.
here, they're all rotten. That's how many rotten ones we've came across so far. Could be worse.
Well, just go to the buy them at the grocery store, at least you know they're not gonna be taking cola on them.
Oh, you're gonna get in the mix too? All right.
No, I'm piddling right this second.
She came to help. But they're squishy all in there. Just so you
Probably
know.
gonna get pretty great fit.
Tomatoes? These aren't tomatoes. Onions. No, don't even.
I like to go through things, waste not, want not.
It likes to check attributes.
Because if half of it's bad, I can use the other half.
Oh yeah, let's use this one. Yeah, that's really good. All right, it's not a silly short. We need to behave ourselves. Not one of the silly shorts.
That's a nice size.
That one earlier was huge, but it was right.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, that's what I said. This one.
Oh,
This one does not make quality control.
you want, burgers tonight? Or you want this chicken noodle soup?
I don't know. Depends on how today goes.
He doesn't know.
What?
I said, he doesn't know.
Well, we've got stuff going on here on the farm that I'm not going to put in the live stream, so
That one's definitely rotten. Good thing they were out here instead of inside the house.
yeah, I was talking about that earlier, but you can reiterate, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because you get gnats, little teeny tiny gnats
Well, you
everywhere.
got to get closer to the.
Oh, they can't hear me? I'm not calling loud enough? Okay, I'm not doing it this way. You ready to do the garlic?
No. He was racking it in there, isn't he?
Yep, that's all you got.
That's how many I've done so far.
Y'all can do nothing.
He's been sitting here.
Holding no cherry there?
They're going to get me. I doubt they can hear you from over there.
Can y'all hear me? We'll probably through a grant, I think,
One of these days, we might get those wireless Rode microphones, or two, one for me, one for her. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I'm normally a loud person anyway, so he's always
So there,
like
she's really-
screaming on.
She's normally really loud, and you put a camera in her face, she starts talking like a little mouse. Yappy, 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 yappa. Your mouth is moving like a rat. All right. There again, if y'all have any comments when I ask the question, wonder what in the world we're doing here. You want to know what the temperature is outside, we can tell you that, whatever it may be. But I'm going to turn the music back on for the time being. Too much. Three more? garlic in here. That's the wrong spot for it. All right, now we're moving on to garlic. So this is how much of the onions that we have. Full rack there. These are ready to be stored for the winter. I'm just gonna put them back on the other side over there where y'all saw what was happening earlier. I'm gonna grab some garlic.
Tabasco, peppers, and red habaneros, cayenne pepper, and jalapenos for fermented salsa that actually lasts us a year. Super exciting about the Tabasco sauce for this year as well. But they are really a pain to harvest. There's these little tiny things all over the bush, I guess you would call it. Super excited about that. Some of them were already drying. I don't know if you can see this on the plant. Okay, he's back to garlic.
Garlic. I dropped one.
Yeah.
So
So,
we get this into a different angle.
I don't know, you can.
Yeah, so just for me here instead of two of us, because she's right there. Like I could smack her in the face. Literally. That's how close she is.
It's okay.
Like, it seems like you had to move a mile to get in frame there,
know.
even though you didn't. Weird looking. All right, so
So elephant garlic, I don't know why it does this. Some of them do it, not many of them, but it doesn't form cloves, and it's really good to slice on the mandolin or whatever type of slicer. You can slice them with your hand or a knife or whatever. But we would dehydrate these on the dehydrator and save them and grind them up into powder, garlic powder. Probably break that. It's probably going to be a lot easier than using a But anyways,
I mean, it's kind of big.
oh, that's not
I'm
even
not-
the biggest
I'm
one.
not gonna run across this incredibly often, hopefully.
No, I'm showing you the bigger one.
Yeah, these scissors are awful.
Yeah.
You have a sharpener for these things, but they just totally messed up. The sharpener wouldn't do it because of the angle of the blade. It's complicated.
You must have a larger garlic. Do you have a big one?
I would definitely prefer to cut this. Wait a minute, we used to use,
Yeah, that's the bigger one. It's beautiful.
we used different clippers for this. I did.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Y'all watch her. I'm gonna use something better to cut with because these just aren't cutting it. You get it?
Well, there's more scissors over here.
I want the.
Look, you got it. Onion all the way over here.
Oh, that's where it went. It bounced and rolled away.
Not too good. Some of these, these are German hardy. We actually got these seed starters from Baker's Creek. I don't know if you could see that. The purple. Yeah, there you go. You can see that. This is really good too. Pitchfork. Got a hold of this one, but that's okay because I'll just use this one for seeds. Again, another one that did not form bulbs, but it's okay because it's easy for me to use this for garlic and honey ferment for the kids, for us. And then these are the little tiny seeds. These are edible too, or a clove, I guess I keep calling it a seed. I guess it could be called a seed. Now, I planted some of these last year. They did not grow very well. I had like one sprout. But when I was out there the other day, they're starting to sprout. So I'm beginning to wonder, if y'all know, leave it in the comments. Does this take 2 years? Does it take 2 years for it to become anything? I'm not sure. You would think we would know, but I honestly don't know.
If you're talking that way, turn the head back.
Oh, well, you can have your seat back. I can stand. Show you.
All right, found what I'm looking for. These were cut. That's what I'm talking about. That's what Willis was talking about. What song was it? I'm not gonna say the right TV show. The TV show back in the day. Had Gary Coleman in it. And he'd say, "What you talking about, Willis?" I can't remember what name that TV show was though. Don't remember. Oh, Gary Coleman. So, long and short with the garlic here, we have a little bit more to talk about with that aspect right there. The garlic, we have been raising, well, maybe not. The elephant garlic, have we had that on farm for years? But this we have the German Hardy.
That's not German hardy. This is elephant garlic.
Well, the German Hardy.
Yeah.
So-
Which is the purple. I already showed them. Which is
Anyway, what I'm getting at is that,
that's the German hardy.
there's the German Hardy, okay.
This is our third year. When we plant it this year, it'll be our third growth.
With the German Hardy or the elephant?
German hardy.
What about the elephant?
The elephant we've been growing over 7 years.
Okay, that's what I thought. So the elephant garlic, we've been growing here for 7 years, like you just said. So we can't eat all of it, and we can't sell all of it, we have to save some to replant, which is gonna happen in just about a month from now to replant this stuff. So we can't sell it all, we gotta keep some for ourselves to eat and some to replant next year. And pretty much all it is when you're closed. You have one that's open with closed in it, so pretty much all you have to do, you can do whatever you wanna do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do what you wanna do. But long and short, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But you would take one of these cloves right here and you would plant that into the soil in November for us because we're the northern hemisphere, obviously. Our winter is getting ready to hit here. Plant this in the ground. How deep do you put it? About 2 inches?
Yeah.
About 2 inches deep in the ground, roughly, somewhere in that range. And it's a great winter crop because it just does this thing over the winter. In our climate here, we're Southwest Virginia, usually around May, it's time to harvest. So it's a great winter crop when you're not really doing much in the garden anyway around here this time of year. It does have some rotting going on there.
Yeah, I know, it got hit with the pitch.
I'll set that off to the side.
Yeah, I got
So anyway, so there's the gist of that. Let me go put this stuff into a rack. Oh, we're gonna use this rack here, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I have some that's sitting over here that, well, this one's not in the right slot.
More messes. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, put it in the chat. We're watching it here on the screen. Got any questions? Going back to the music for a moment, because why not? I think I'd rather have a solid bottom box. All right, so some of this garlic's kind of on the smaller side. I don't have to worry about it trying to fall through the box. So I'm going to use one of our solid bottom boxes right here. Same as the others, as you can see in the background there, that are vented, so that way you can dry out your products without taking up a lot of room. I'm going to use a solid bottom box for this situation, just because I think it's going to suit my needs a little bit better. Oh, she has some things to add here.
So,
Louder.
fermented garlic and honey. So all I did was have a clean jar, fill this up to about right here. And this is a quart size of garlic, and I mixed both types of garlic that we have. And then I just filled it up with local raw honey that we get locally. And you can see the bubbles. And it has, for us personally, we have used this for our children if they get strep throat with a little bit of cayenne pepper. And normally within 5 days, the strep throat goes away. You know, I'm not a doctor. Don't try to pretend to be one.
No medical advice here, just...
This is what we do.
It could help. How about that?
Yeah, this is what we do. You do you and we'll do us. But this is what we do. I just figured I would share. It's beautiful. Now, I actually did another one, but I added cayenne pepper. You can see it. I added 2 in there. What else? I added a little bit of ginger. I think I added ginger in this. also, and cinnamon, and then garlic, both types again, and then raw honey. And both of them have been fermenting a lot. Actually, out of the jar, kind of. They're kind of sticky. I kind of wiped them off. But anyways, a couple more needs. You can find all kinds of books, recipes online, you know, the Google. Anyways, that's all.
Alrighty, back to the music.
Did you put the ones that were right? I was kind of keeping the separate, so I well, I had them separated.
Working well.
I do have to say, the start of the stream
Ouch.
definitely got me a little bit flustered.
Pointy.
We're good. We're recovering. Make it through
Making a dent.
Steve-O, thank you for your run. Yeah, Jeff, I have no idea what happened there. I was actually trolling you guys at first when I like started the stream, and then I was like, oh, actually, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. When I came back from the bathroom,
I don't think y'all can see it, but there's little spiders all over the place from where they've been drying for so long since May on these. June on these too. Little spiders crawling around all over the place.
Normally for the summer solstice is when they are.
So they've been hanging out for a while.
They've been doing the job for us, and that's cleaning the boat.
It's all right, Howard.
no, I woke up, trust me. That's not what happened. But you can't really tell. You're just like broken me up a little bit. I think we can flash later. See if the strobing looks cool. Hey, what up, Dave?
Time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the red time, I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. The time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the red time, I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now.
we're down to the last 2 boxes. So, almost finished up here. Well, not really finished, but finished with this part of what's going on anyway. All right, again, if you have any questions, put it in chat. Taking a peek at it there now and then. Feel free to. But I'm gonna turn the music back up. Me to get them.
Doesn't, I can get them. I can get her.
I'll get it. So you can turn the volume down 2 ways. You can do it on here. Just hit the negative. Or you can do it on there if you want. Turn it down. Just want to go with no music? Huh?
Well, yeah, I like to rock it with no music.
No music.
No music.
You want to rock, but with no music.
Yeah, I can rock with no music.
No music is not rocking. What you talking about?
According to you.
Alrighty, I gotta get one of the kids off the bus. She's gonna hang with y'all during this process here. Actually, I can bring you down a little bit more to see a little bit better about what's happening here. Excuse me, to see what's happening a little bit better. I'll be back in just a few minutes. If for some reason you need an in-stream, for some reason weird, just push that X right there. We'll say, okay, and that's it. We don't have any plans to in-stream at the moment, but just letting her know how to. Give it a thumbs up if you would. That helps out. Appreciate it. But she said no music, so boo to that. But it will. All right, I'll be back in a few.
So I'm peeling these, trying to get more of the coating off. And I'll show you why on I like to talk with my back towards you, sorry. So I like to check and peel, because we sell these, so I like to peel as much off as I can, because I want to be able to see, because we, of course, we have a garden and it has a lot of microbiology in it. It's alive, it's living soil, it's not dead soil. So sometimes you'll get little bugs that will enter into the garlic, which is fine. We can just cut them out, or if it's really that bad, we just toss the clove. But I really don't want to I don't want to sell this if I know that it has a spot to where it could have penetrated into the garlic clove itself. So I'm just setting these again to the side, because if this is not, I could plant this and it may regrow, it may not. I have nothing to lose, because This will turn into soil if it biodegrades in the garden. But I can also use all these other cloves to plant for next year. So that's why I'm trying to peel more off than what he was doing. And then right here, again, the pitchfork got a hold of that, but all the other cloves should be fine. So that's, and then this one I could tell because it's indented, I guess you would say. So we would put this one to the side. So if y'all love garlic and onions, leave in the comments what type is your favorite. It looks like I have quite a bit over here that we will be able to replant and/or I can dehydrate. I need to dehydrate some more. Maybe we'll bring you along for dehydrating, which we have a very small dehydrator. I have another dehydrator that was my dad's, but it doesn't have a temperature regulator on it, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what temperature it is, and I know that certain fruits and vegetables, you need to dehydrate it on the lowest setting, which is around 95, I believe, just in order to be able to not destroy the compounds and minerals and nutrients within the fruit or vegetable. So these things are great. I love these things as well as he does too. They just come in handy for all different sorts of fun activities. But yes, I enjoy working in silence a lot of the times. Sometimes if there's a good video on or something that I want to learn how to do, and there's a video on, someone has it, then I will kind of listen to them while I'm working. Beautiful. You can also leave in the comments what's your favorite type of fruit or vegetable to grow. Or if you want to see more of what we do, what you would like to see, you can also leave that in the comments below. You can also, if you wanted to, clip some of this, that's not gonna work. But you could take your scissors and clip some of this off. Just to cut down on the mess inside your house. I don't know if you can see that, but you can just trim it down just a little bit to where it's not so fluffy. I'm glad we did this because we're actually getting low on the elephant garlic, which I did not plant as many last year as what I probably should have. But this year we will make up for it. We'll probably plant majority of what we have over there back in the garden, just because they're really so simple to really grow. As he said, we plant them about, that far, 2 inches roughly in the ground, give or take. And then I'll come back and sprinkle some compost on there. When I say compost, the compost comes from our chickens. And then if we have leaves, I'll put the leaves over top of that, and then we'll put wood chips on top of that. So it'll be kind of like layered, like the lasagna garden, I guess you would say. Because again, we don't use any synthetic fertilizers, no liquid fertilizers, not even organic certified. We don't use any of that stuff. Just because we want it to be as natural as possible from the earth and not man-made. Because that's how we advertise our product. Although right now we have having trouble with the salad growing. It happens, but normally not 5 beds at one time. But again, we're not constantly, we don't even have drip. So we're not feeding them on a normal schedule. We depend on the soil to work the magic and feed the soil, or feed the plants as they need to. Earthworms are really one of our main, ingredients to good soil biology. And as you see, when they come out of the ground, when they come out of the ground, we really don't do anything to them. Not even remove the outer layer, because it's going to dry and it's going to become much easier to remove, as you see.
Want some music now?
Do it.
You want some music now?
No, I've been talking.
I mean, what do you think
Yep, I need to sit down. All right, back to the Zooms.
He's creepy.
Yo, let's take that.
bags.
Leaves the center.
Yo, Polo, the reason it's only English is because you can't understand what it's saying in English. It's hard to moderate. I can't have messages flying on my screen that are saying like racist stuff or I don't know, political, hateful, whatever. Once they built in like auto translation, I feel like it would be.
That's not me talking, but
I probably can't
You can
understand
probably
what I'm
tell.
saying right now.
Huh?
We need auto translation. That's my number one wanted like feature on streaming platform. God damn, I wish it that one.
alrighty.
And it
Oh,
wants
look,
to
the camera's
grow.
right there.
Oh, whatever. It's just, I don't know if you can see this. It's
Have to
green.
point it toward the camera.
There.
Right there.
It's green. It wants to grow. Anyways, that's all.
Oops, screwed up. Something's wrong here. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. There we go, back to it there. So, in closing, why are you putting it into a paper bag?
Because these are the ones that have bad spots on the cloves. So I'm gonna weigh these out, I'm gonna mark what they are, put the weight on there, and we're gonna plant these in the garden here next month. And then again, these that did not grow bulbs, I am going to slice them on the mandolin and put them in the dehydrator for us to have dehydrated, freshly ground garlic this winter and fall. Well, all of the seasons.
Alrighty, so anyway, with that, let's look at the damage here. Again, I'm going to use the tripod as a bit of a stabilizer here. Show y'all what happens. And I'm going to disconnect the battery, that way I don't drop it. Don't want to drop that. Alright, so, I'm going to bring it just a little bit for a handle. Wrong one. Alright. Get y'all adjusted there. So, that's how much we've made it through in about 2 hours. Right there. That's how much garlic is stacked up over there, plus what's in the bag. Then we'll cruise right on over here. And if you want to go back to the beginning of the video, if you're just popping in here, that's where all the garlic and onions were. So yeah, got to clean up that fodder, and of course the fodder that's over here, there, that's the onions that are left. So pretty good deal with all that stuff. So I'll probably just bring the four-wheeler out here, clean up this stuff, and get it out of here. I'm not going to do that tonight. Excuse me, not right this moment, because we have some other things to do before we get that taken care of. But anyway, let me flop this around here real quick, actually. Well, thank y'all for watching. We greatly appreciate it, and we hope y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
Take it easy.